It's very special to be here because a few years ago I was in France in lower division.
It gets interesting as a player who once dreamed of crunching numbers as an accountant, yet ended up dominating the world's most competitive arenas. A figure who early in his career faced significant challenges due to his slight physique. Many believed this would be a barrier to success in professional football. Coaches and scouts often overlooked him, doubting his ability to compete at the highest level. This personality has lifted the World Cup and ranked in the Ballon d'Or. All these would not have been achieved without resilience and consistency. Who is this prodigy? Let's have a closer look. N'Golo Kanté found himself in a position that perfectly captured his distinct nature. After a Premier League match, he rushed to take a train to Paris to see his family. When he missed the train, instead of becoming irritated or looking for alternate transportation, Kanté did something amazing. He sought the closest mosque, prayed, and accepted the situation with humility. This gesture of simplicity and commitment would soon result in dinner invitations from several local enthusiasts. Just hours later, the guy who had just been rated 8th in the Ballon d'Or rankings was sitting in a small living room eating curries and playing FIFA with his new buddies. Can you picture one of the world's best football players opting to spend his evening playing video games with strangers? This is the core of N'Golo Kanté, a guy who never forgot his origins, even when the world expected him to behave like a celebrity. Kanté's adventure was nothing short of extraordinary. While most football players are found at a young age, he was often disregarded. Kanté grew up in a poor home, far apart from the glittering world of professional football. In 1998, as France celebrated its World Cup win, a young Kanté was out on the streets with his father, collecting cans and bottles to supplement their income. This unwavering work ethic, ingrained in him from an early age, would ultimately become his distinguishing characteristic on the football field. Back then, he had already been playing at a tiny club for about 3 years, but he looked to be half the height of his teammates. Whenever they won something, even if Kanté had done all the legwork, most times, he'd just stand aside watching them celebrate. Kanté was used to a life of hard labor, dedication, and being disregarded. But Kanté never let his surroundings define him. At 16, he was already playing in France's 9th level, and by 19, he had guided his club to victory in a cup final against a team 4 tiers above.
No, we are very happy, very proud. It's the result of a lot of effort together, some good results, some bad.
How does a guy who was turned down by almost every major team in France go on to dominate global football? The solution lies in a remarkable set of events that would alter Kanté's life forever. Despite his apparent potential, scouts repeatedly disregarded Kanté as being too little or nondescript. Even the famed Clairefontaine institution, which has produced players such as Thierry Henry and Kylian Mbappé, rejected him. However, Kanté never gave up. His local club's president took it upon himself to drive Kanté to tryouts at each club, appealing to them to give him a chance. In an ironic twist, one of the teams who turned him down was Arsenal, whose manager, Arsène Wenger, would later rue the choice. Wenger once remarked that apart from Cristiano Ronaldo, Kanté was the one player he wished he had signed. The best part? Wenger went on to claim that aside from Cristiano Ronaldo, Kanté was the one transfer he wished he wouldn't have lost out on. Kanté's tenacity finally paid off. After several rejections, US Bologna, a team that had previously begun Franck Ribéry's career, extended him a trial. Kanté's performance was nothing short of incredible. The club couldn't believe its luck after seeing his remarkable endurance and stamina. They signed him, signaling the start of an unbelievable climb. What does it take to get from a no-name player of the year? A blend of guts, humility, and pure resolve. Kanté's major break came when he attracted the eye of Steve Walsh, one of England's most recognized scouts. Walsh had an unusual capacity to see talent when others saw none. He notably signed Jamie Vardy and Riyad Mahrez for Leicester City, and when he saw Kanté, he thought he'd uncovered something unique. Kanté's unparalleled ability to cover territory and his never-ending zeal on the field was just what Leicester needed. As Walsh watched Kanté play, he famously said, "I could swear there were 2 of him on the pitch." Walsh believed so strongly in Kanté that he convinced Leicester's management to purchase him for £8 million, a deal that would go down in history. Kanté's move to Leicester would coincide with one of the most memorable seasons in football history. Leicester City had 5,000-1 odds to win the Premier League. So how did this underdog club defy expectations? The solution lies in one man's incredible rise to the top. The 2015 to 2016 season is one that no football fan will forget. Leicester City, a club that had nearly survived relegation the previous year, went on to win the Premier League in what many see as the biggest shock in sports history. Kanté was the driving force behind this incredible run, dominating the midfield and disrupting moves with his relentless rushing. His numbers were staggering: 175 tackles, 31 more than any other player in the league, and 157 interceptions, 15 more than everyone else in Europe. It's no surprise that Sir Alex Ferguson proclaimed him the finest player in the league. The following: in that season, Kanté completed 175 tackles, 31 more than any other player in the league, and 157 interceptions, 15 more than anyone else in Europe. Kanté's achievements won him the PFA Player of the Year accolade, making him the only player in Premier League history to win consecutive crowns with two different teams. Leicester's manager, Claudio Ranieri, joked that Steve Walsh should never question his scouting ability again. How does a player who used to collect cans for a profession become the heart of a Premier League winning side? Kanté's path exemplifies the strength of resilience and the idea that hard effort can conquer any challenge. Kanté's triumph at Leicester was just the beginning. His transfer to Chelsea cemented his reputation as one of the world's top midfielders. Kanté led Chelsea to the Premier League victory under N'Golo Kanté, and he proceeded to flourish on the international scene with France. Kanté was instrumental in France's success in the 2018 World Cup, covering more territory than any other player and breaking ball recovery records. In the 2018 World Cup, Kanté recovered the ball 52 times and intercepted it another 20, setting a record in World Cup history. As his career progressed, this player became an indispensable part of his national team. His tireless energy and ability to cover every blade of grass on the pitch made him a key figure in the midfield. His international career reached its peak when he played a crucial role in his country's triumph at the FIFA World Cup. His performances were widely praised, with many noting that his relentless work rate and ability to disrupt the opposition were instrumental in his team's success. Beyond the World Cup, he has consistently been a standout performer in international tournaments, contributing to his team's victories in other major competitions. His ability to seamlessly transition from club to international football has earned him recognition as one of the best in the world, with his presence on the field often making the difference between victory and defeat. His international career is a testament to his resilience and the impact he has on the global stage. Despite his success, Kanté remained modest and down-to-earth. When the French squad celebrated their World Cup victory, Kanté stood in the back, afraid to even grab the trophy until his teammate Steven Nzonzi suggested he do so. What happens when the most modest football player becomes a worldwide icon? Kanté's narrative reminds us that excellence does not have to be arrogant. It may be achieved through quiet persistence and a focus on the team rather than individual glory. Today, N'Golo Kanté is known not just for his football skills, but also for his personality. He is a player whose success has never altered who he is. Kanté has shown tenacity in the face of injuries and failures, always emerging stronger. His narrative is one of the most incredible in sports history, demonstrating that even the most improbable people can achieve success. Particularly noteworthy to note is that Kanté is living proof that hard work, humility, and perseverance can take you from the streets of Paris to the pinnacle of world football. The instant Kanté won the World Cup trophy, it was evident that the lad from Paris had become a legend. Kanté's rise from accountant to one of the world's most dominant players is a tale of amazing perseverance and humility. His brilliance on the game is only equaled by his humility off the field, making him a great role model for aspiring athletes worldwide. As Kanté continues to beat the odds and inspire millions, his greatest underdog tales the world has seen the birth of a legend, proving that with hard effort and a modest spirit, everything is possible.